Good afternoon, everybody. It's 3 p.m. Today is Friday, February 24th. What does that mean? Doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot. Just means we got 4 or 5 more days left to the end of February. Options expire today, so that's what we're going to go over this afternoon. We've been trading weekly options a lot lately and been doing rather well. It's kind of confusing. Not really confusing, it's just unsettling. Unsettling because we have the new administration coming in. Donald Trump is the new president, and what has that done to the stock market? Well, believe it or not, it made the stock market go kind of crazy. So we're getting returns like we haven't seen in years. But let's quickly take a look at what we're looking at. So like I said, it's 3 p.m. Options are going to expire in about an hour. Not really an hour, but the market closes in about an hour. The options actually expire tomorrow. Kind of strange because you really can't trade tomorrow, so what's the point, right? All right, here's the account we're looking at. Still trying to get rid of my cough. Thank you very much. Now, I haven't looked at these in a couple of days, so we're going to go over quickly what it is exactly that we're looking at, so we'll know where we stand in each one of these. So we're going to start right off the bat with BAC, which is Bank of America. Putting BAC in here. All right, Bank of America opened up the year at 11.91, somewhere in that area. Going sideways for a little bit, right up until July, and then slowly makes its way up, right until that pivotal point on election. You know, nothing really happens. As an election, all of a sudden everything shoots up. This thing goes from $16.93 all the way to where it is now at $24 within that period of time since the election. Okay, so why did Bank of America drop today? Ooh, that's a good question. All right, well, before we even look at that, let's find out what position we're in at the moment. We're going to view the trade, and we got the 24 and a half puts on Bank of America, which means we could very well own 2,000 shares by tomorrow, or first thing Monday. We could own 2,000 shares because we want this thing to close below 24. That'd be good. Yeah, because if it closes below 24, then we'll be called out of it. We won't lose anything. But it is what it is. CME. CME starts the year off at 92, goes sideways right up until end of May at 92, still at 92, jumps up to 110, which is a nice move. Has a little bit of profit taken for a month and a half, and right around election time, she shoots up to where she is now at 122. So the last 30 days is looking kind of like this. CME, we got the 121, 122 calls. So as long as it stays above 122 for the next hour, that's going to be all profit. That's a good thing. I like that. Okay, ETN. Eaton Corp, 72.12. At the moment, she started out the year at 56.01. Not actually this year, but 12 months ago, because this is a one-year chart that we're looking at over here. So exactly a year ago, she's at 56.01, makes a nice jump in about a month up to 63, goes sideways. Then she jumps up again in August, hits 67, then she gets a profit taking, a little downturn back down to 60, and then she shoots up to where she is now at 72. ETN, what position do we have on this one? ETN, we're at 71 and a half. So that looks like that one's in the money also. Nice little profit there, so thank you very much. Hewlett Packard, HPQ. All right, HPQ started a year ago at 1031. Jumped on up in 2 months to 12. That's 20% jump in 2 months. A little bit of profit taken, back down to 11.5. Back up, back down, back up again. She went sideways right around the 1550 mark. Sideways, 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 the beginning of the year. Sideways again. Now she's at 1767. The position we have is the 15.5. That one's way into the money, so that's all profit. IP, international paper. What's going on with international paper? It starts out a year ago at 34.11. Within a month, she's up to 31, which is a nice move. Goes sideways for 2 or 3 months. Shoots on up until the end of beginning of September to right around 48. A little bit of profit taken, drops down to 44, and she shoots up to the high for the year at 58. Now she's settled down to the 52 area. So where are we at IP? Let's get out of that. IP. We got the 51.5, 52 put. Looks like we're going to end up owning 2,000 shares of international paper come Monday. Okay, I don't mind. They get their dividend coming up. So we own 2,000 shares come Monday. We sell off 20 contracts of 20 contracts to buy it. To sell it for the exact same price we're paying for it, which is not bad. We'll end up buying it at 52, and right now she's at 52, 53. So I'm not seeing us buying it now. So why would they force us to buy it at 52? Well, alrighty then. Next on the list we have Coca-Cola. KO. Now this doesn't look good. However, Coca-Cola is one of the dividend kings, and as messy as this looks at the moment, I'm not too worried about it. Alright, a year ago, Coca-Cola's at 43. She made a jump for the high of the year at 47. Dropped down to 44, went sideways for a little bit. And right at the end of July, she made a big gap down from 44.80 down to 43.60. That's only almost $1 move downward. That's not that bad. But from the end of July to November, she sunk all the way down to the low of the year, 39.86. And since then, she's been going sideways, and where she's at now is 41.67. 41.66. Okay, where are we on this one? We got the 41.5. So we're what, 16 cents off? Most likely, I don't see this thing dropping in the next hour below the 41.5. But you never know, so this one could be all profit. M, which is Macy's. Now, this is kind of a sloppy looking one, but we jumped into it anyway. Macy's started out a year ago at 42.09. Jumps up a month later to make a high of the year at 45.50. That was the middle of March. Then from the middle of March, it goes from 45.50, drops all the way down to May 1st onto 30. It's a $15 drop. That's like a 30% drop within a month. Goes sideways for a little bit. She gaps up here in the middle of August. Hits a high of 40, goes down sideways a little bit, another high way up here at 45. Then from 45, within a month and a half, she drops all the way down the end of January to 28. Okay, she's trading right now right around 33.12. So where are we on Macy's? Macy's going to view the trades. We got the 31.5, the 32. She's at 33.12. So end of today, that's 30 contracts. Oh my goodness, that's 3,000 shares. All right, but we're in the money on that one. So I don't see it dropping in $1.64 in the next hour. So it looks like that was going to be all money also. MRK, let's look at that. MRK started the year off at 50.39, Makes a jump up in the next couple of weeks to 57.02, goes sideways for a bit, jumps back on up to 63, goes sideways for quite a while until she settles on where she is now at 65, almost 66. Let's take a look at MRK. All right, MRK we're looking at 64.5, 65. We're way into money on this one, 82 cents. I don't see it going down in the next. I mean, this is a nice upward movement. They got a dividend coming up, positive returns. That's great. So that all looks happy. TJ Maxx. TJX Corporation. All right, TJX Corporation looks like this is your classic sideways stock, or your channeling stock. Okay, she starts out the year 71, jumps up to 79, drops down to 75, jumps up to 78, drops down to 75, jumps up 78, drops down to 73, jumps up 77, drops down. You know, up and down all year round. It makes a high of the year right in the beginning of August, 83. Then from 83, she drops all the way down to the low of the year, 71. Jumps back up at 79, drops back down to 73. I mean, you can make some nice money on this one, the channeling alone, if you can find the channel sweet spot that you're wanting to trade in that one. All right, so the last 60 days, this thing's, again, been going sideways. She's settling in right now around 78. And where do we stand on TJX? View trades. Now, we're short on TJX at 75, so I'm $3 in. Man, I'm looking for this thing to drop back down. So I'm one of those guys doing the channeling on this one. So we'll wait for it to drop back down below 75 before we sell this one. All right, UNP. All right, UNP started the year out right around 79. 78, 79, so it goes sideways for about a month, right at the beginning of April. Then from April, she slowly shoots up to a high right at the end of January at 111. Right now, she's settled in at 107. And let's see what we're looking at for UNP. UNP, the 108, 109 call. So we're out of the money on this one. Looks like we're going to lose on this position. Okay, don't like losing, but hey, it is what it is. Now, UNP does have its dividend coming up. The only way we're going to make money on this one is for it to move $2 within the next 47 minutes. I don't see it. Sorry, folks. Oh, excuse me. My goodness. So this is one where I actually lost. So nobody wins them all. I get that written in my book somewhere. No one wins them all. Not even me. All right, Yum, the last one we're looking at. Yum starts out a year ago at 50, 54, which is about 54 and a half. Takes about a month and a half to get to a trading range of 59. Goes sideways for a couple of months. Jumps up to another trading range of 64. Runs that for a couple of months. Right to the end of the year. And right now, that big gap down a couple of days ago. Why was that gap down? I don't know. But we'll take a look at it. Right now, she's settling in at 65.74. And where are we? 67.5 and 68.5. We're way out of that on that one. So we're going to lose money on that one. So we are losing money on 1, 2, I believe 3 positions. Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 3 out of 11. All right, that's not bad. It's a little over 70%. Okay, but look at our return right here. Overall profit and loss year to date, $29,000. That on a $100,000 account is 29%. That's where we get that number from. All right, let's take a look at all my profit and losses for the year to date so far. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losses, 2 break evens, and the rest 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. 44. So that is 5 losers out of 45 positions. You really can't count this one because it's not a loss as of yet, but it's going to be a loss because, well, we have another 44 minutes. Okay, so 5 out of 44 is not that bad. Now let's answer some questions if we have any. No questions. Hello, Nathan. How's it going? All right, so get back to where I'm going. And let's take a look at what we have coming up for next week. This is just this account is our dividend trading account, just dividends strictly. We bought DPS this morning. Someone actually asked me a question, how does DPS look? Now, DPS is more or less your Smuckers. All right, DPS. Not Smuckers, that's Snapple. Snapple, who else? Dr. Pepper. DPS. All right, go. Now, as you can see, DPS doesn't look really that bad. Doesn't really look that good either. All right, it only has 7 years worth of data. I've been paying out the dividend for the last 7 years, probably more, but they didn't pay out on 09. All right, close at 94, 62. The high was 98. The low was 81. Looking at a year target of 97. You got a dividend of 53 cents coming out within the next 10 days. Actually, next 15 days, because actually this is on our list for next week. A 2.4% yield, which is not the greatest in the world, but hey, it's not that bad. But take a look at the chart at Yahoo Finance. Yahoo Finance is going to give us a 10-year chart that can show you what it looks like. All right, a little slow. I'm even plugged in, so this is kind of sad. All right, so 10 years ago, we could have gotten Dr. Pepper Snapple at $20 or around 21. Okay, she dropped down in 08, 09, like everyone else did, down to 14, which is not that bad, from 20 to 14. That's not that, not a whole heck of a lot of a drop. But from the 14 and the low of the market of 09, this thing goes from 14 all the way up to 94, which is where she's at today. That's not a bad investment whatsoever. And look, she's been paying out dividends all along. So that is a little on the good side. Okay, put it into this software, DPS. And I'm going to plot the dividend. Okay, so if you get in now, or 10 days prior to whatever the dividend date's going to be, it looks like it's going to move up coming into the dividend. So you can just collect a nice little chunk right there before the dividend even comes up. Get it out, or collect that little profit, collect the dividend, and then sell it a couple weeks later. Because this is what it's done over the average of the last 7 years. So it doesn't look that bad. It looks, like something I wouldn't mind doing myself. Now, I don't have any other questions, so I am going to bug out now and save my voice for later on this weekend, where I have going to do another show a little bit later on. So this is James signing out from the 10-Minute Trader. You guys have a great day, and I will check you